Welcome to this 21 day challenge. Thank you for joining me. In this 21-day challenge, I will give you 21 days, a yin yoga pose in which we're going to stimulate the body in different ways. And also, we're going to stimulate the meridians. But the most important thing is that I want you to remember is that my functional approach is the most important thing. So that means you play and experiment a little bit with the position, and not trying to copy me, thinking that is the way how you should do the pose, but basically turning in and feel what the pose does for you. Are you feeling the areas that I want you to feel? Are you not feeling the things that I don't want you to feel, which I will mention during the poses? And then can you explore, can you play a little bit with your body? Can you experiment with moving the body in certain ways to maybe go away from the original shape of the pose, but then finding your way of stimulating the area? So one of the 21 poses can be a way in for you to explore that range, and to discover where you want to feel it in the body. But don't stick to just the pose itself. If you feel like, oh, like this, I feel the area that that José wants me to feel, then that is your pose. Go with that. Yeah. And there are limitless variation on each pose. So I will give certain variations that you can do. But if your variation is not there, then experiment a little bit yourself to find your variation to be able to feel the area that we want to work on. Or leave a comment below the video, and then I will try to give another variation for you that might work. So this 21 day is an invitation for you to really start to explore your body and to really feel your body, and to kind of discover new ways of how to practice your yoga, and in this case, yin yoga. So I hope you're going to join me with that exploration, and I hope you have a good start of the new year. The first pose we're going to start our 21 challenge with is dragon. And in dragon, you have lots of variations. But the most important thing is that we want to stimulate the front of the body. And I started with this pose to actually really work on your digestive system, as it is stimulating the stomach and the spleen meridian, which are on the front of the body. So the main area that you might feel is here in the front of your hip. And you will also create a curve in the lower back, so there might be pressure there. And especially if you have a very sedentary lifestyle and you sit a lot and hanging in the lower back, this pose is really great for that. So we're going to start on hands and knees. And if you feel the pressure of your knee onto the floor, you can grab a blanket and place it under your right knee. And then we're going to step forward with the left so that you can see what I do. But you can also start with right if you prefer. But I'm going to start with the left foot in front. And then first we're going to play a bit with the hip, going to the left and to the right to find a position in which you feel the front of your hip the best being opened. You can choose to have your hands on either side of the foot, but that all depends. If your torso is pressing onto your leg, then it might help to place both of your hands on the inside of your left foot, and you can even walk your left foot a little bit more out to the side. You can allow the left knee to flare out and to let the sole of the foot to come up to avoid even compression in the left front hip. So here you can stay here, but if this creates a lot of pressure onto the shoulders, then allow your body to hang into the shoulders. Then still feel if you're still feeling an opening on the front of the right hip. You can also come down onto your elbows if it's too harsh for your wrists. You feel too much compression there. But then again, do you still feel an opening on the front of the hip? Or is that then diminished? So if it's diminished, then going up might be the way to go for your body. So if this is already intense enough, then here you want to play with the pose a bit to find the support so that you have this height. And then here you could place, for example, a bolster underneath the chest so that there's not so much pressure or strength asked from your torso. Or you can also support your left hip with a block. I have 2 blocks here, and then place it under your left sitting bone to sit on. And then you come up, and this is also very helpful if you have a lot of pressure on the front of the left hip. And make sure it's stable so you're not falling from the block. And then allow the right leg to really relax. If it turns a bit, allow that to happen. And you can stay with the torso upright like this, allowing the shoulders to relax. You can also turn and intensify a bit the stimulation on the belly. But it should be a pose in which you can relax for like 5 minutes. So finding the pose at first might be a challenge, but then when you found it, you can start your 5 minutes, allowing yourself to calm down and to completely let go into the pose. Taking a deep breath in, allowing your belly to expand and feeling it all the way down into the right hip. And then as you exhale, you soften the shoulders, you soften your face and the jaw. You enjoy the effect of the stimulation. And it should not be too much or too intense, because then you're not able to relax. So find the height, find the intensity that works for you so that you are able to relax and to let go. You might feel some pressure in the lower back. As long as it's not sharp and stinging, you're fine. It's actually good to create some pressure in the lower back. The fascia and the bones, they really enliven due to the pressure, due to the stretch. So let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in. You can hold the breath. And a long breath out. Breathe in again. Hold the breath. And then a long breath out. Last breath in. Hold it. And let go. And then slowly, you can either bring the hands down if you were in the position with the blocks, or if you were on your elbows, you can come up onto your hands and press gently with the left foot into the floor to bring your hips back. And then you take the left leg back and you come into a child's pose to allow yourself to feel the effect of the pose you just did. And take some time here to feel the effect. Be sensitive to where the effect ripples through to your mind, how it calms it down. The vulnerability or ease that you might feel. Try not to resist. Try to completely surrender to whatever it is that you feel. And then when the sensation has subsided,
You can go and do the other side. But remember, left and right can be quite different. So have the same playful attitude that you had with this side on the other side to find the right position for the left side.
If you have any questions or any comments, please let me know.